Hey everybody! Today I went to a place called Papa Kurt's. I've heard about it a lot and never got a chance to go there just because it's kind of out of the way for me where I live anyway. So they're famous for making what's supposed to be simple Hawaii food back in the day, which is the Simon, the teri sticks, and the French fries and hamburgers. That's what you would get back in the old school days. But they make it with a kind of more gourmet twist, supposedly. I don't know what is different from it, but I got a Cheeseburger Deluxe and I wanted to also try their Simon choices, so I got a wonton min. I did not get any fries because there is no way, I know in my mind I can't finish it. And fries are fries, you either make them bad or not. So this is the Cheeseburger Deluxe with cheese. You can get it without cheese if you're not a dairy person or cheese person. And basically it's got everything on it. It's got the lettuce, pickles, and tomato. I don't really see any onions, so I'm not sure if there's onion, but that's okay. And we'll just dig in and give it a try. Super yummy. It's not just a regular cheeseburger. It's got that old Hawaii taste, so it's kind of like a teri burger. So the patty has a teriyaki flavor to it, but it's not too sweet. Reminds me a lot of W&M Burger in St. Louis, near Kaimuki. I really love their burgers too. Has a nice char on the edges, so it gives that nice crisp taste. Definitely good already off the bat. So here's what it looks like when you get it. It comes packaged nicely in a nice box, and pretty much now it's online ordering. It was my first time there, so I kind of screwed up, and I went there thinking can't take too long to make burgers in Simon, but man, it was pretty crowded with orders. I mean, I was the only one in there, but everybody did their online ordering. So when I walked in, you might not want to do what I did unless you really have your heart set on it. I had to wait 20 minutes, but it wasn't too bad. You wait in your car, you tell them what car you have, and there was a lot of parking, and they walk your order to you. And I just pretty much, entertain myself with my phone, and it didn't really feel like 20 minutes, and I actually set my timer and it was exactly on the dot, 20 minutes, and she had it all packaged up. Super good. The bun is super soft. The nice crunch of the veggies, and the cheese is really melty, so it doesn't make the burger taste dry at all. It all goes well together. The pickles are in the middle. I'm not sure if they specially order them or make them themselves, but they definitely don't look like the dill pickles you get out of the jar. They're kind of brighter looking, so try to get in there. Yeah, definitely not a canned or jarred pickle. Has a homemade taste to it. A little bit fresher tasting than those jarred pickles, so I don't know if they make them themselves or not. If you're wondering where Papa Kurt's is, it's located in Mo'iliili, right across from the stadium, the old stadium, that park, and the Bowladrome, that old bowling alley that's deserted. It's actually, if you know, it's actually in the St. Louis High School Alumni Association. That same lot, they use part of the building for their restaurant. So there's tons of parking in there, even if you can't get one up front. It's kind of an awkward kind of parking, but it's not as crowded, so you can go in and go in the back if it's full in the front. Per their website, they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so be sure to plan accordingly if you decide to go. And like I said, you have to online order. They were nice enough to let me order in person. And also, you don't want to wait that long anyway. So I'll put their website in the description box below so that you can check out their online ordering system or their other menu items if you're interested. So go check it out in the description box. All right, I mopped that burger. And actually, in retrospect, I should have ate the Simon first. But you know what? I noticed that when she gave me the box, the soup is piping hot, and they do separate the noodles from the soup so it's not soggy. And I actually did contemplate about eating it in the car, and filming it in the car, but I'm not one to eat in my car, so I chanced it and went home. But I don't think it's too bad because it is still super hot in this container. So whatever container they use, it really holds the heat. And we'll pour the soup in here. I'll give you a lot of soup. And bonus, you also get a pack of Kikkoman hot mustard sauce and some Aloha shoyu in case you want. Open that because I like mustard with my wonton. And they give you, of course, utensils and the spoon. So let's dig in. These wontons look really nicely made and they're pretty big, but you only get 3. And then it also comes with slices of kamaboko or fish cake. Looks like some greens like choy sum or bok choy. And some kind of meat, looks like pork, it's charred. An egg and green onion. So let's dig in here. Noodles look like typical noodles that you get from Sun Noodle, which is a good thing. Nice and chewy. Yellow Saimin noodles. Hard to get out of here. Okay. Definitely quality noodles. Nice chew, not soggy. I like the fact that they separated the soup so it doesn't come home soggy. I haven't drank the soup yet, but when it coats the noodles, it tastes really awesome. Let's taste these, the wontons here. The only bad part about doing takeout is the wontons, even though the soup is hot, it's not like boiling hot. So the wonton, the inside is cold a little bit, but it has good flavor. It's what you would expect a wonton to taste like. Really good. Just unfortunately, it's not hot. So maybe if you're really picky about that, you could microwave it to get it really extra hot. Let's pour in some hot mustard. Give it a little bit flavor. See how it is with that. Yeah, that's winners with the mustard. Really good. Vegetables are still crunchy, but cooked, but not cooked like too overcooked where it's mushy. Perfect. Try this pork. I see 3 pieces of pork, so you get 3 slices of pork. It looks like pork belly, I'm assuming. Yep. Melt in your mouth good. Has that nice char on the outside, so it has a good flavor. The other side's not charred, but it must be slow cooked because it just melts in your mouth. Not hard and chewy, very tender. I also think the pork belly is the right amount of fat to lean meat. It's not too fatty at all. Sometimes people put the cheap, really fatty pieces, but this one's actually mostly lean meat with a little bit of fat in the middle right here on this line. But I guess they take their time slow cooking it or something, and that's what makes it tender, and that's the good part. Now let's taste the broth. I've heard from some people on Yelp that did give negative reviews anyway, saying that it was salty. But I haven't tasted anything too salty from the food that was coated with the broth, so let's try it straight up. I think the broth is delicious. It's definitely your typical Saimin broth done the right way. Obviously this one's a little fancier. It's very deep, a very deep broth, and you can tell it's not as clear as regular Saimin, but it does taste like it. So they must boil it or slow cook the ingredients to make this broth so deep and delicious, but no, it's not salty at all. I think it's perfect, and I really don't think you would need this pack of shoyu unless you really like salty stuff, but I don't think you need it. This is perfectly seasoned. It's salty enough where it's supposed to taste like the traditional saimin. Yeah, you don't need anything else. The mustard, perhaps, because I like the little spice that it gives, but definitely you don't need any more shoyu or anything like that. Okay guys, so that's pretty much Papa Kurt's and some of their offerings. I really wanted to try their teriyaki sticks, which are usually offered in a traditional saimin house in Hawaii, but they have a little different twist to theirs. In most saimin restaurants that are old school, you would get a beef stick, which is pretty much teriyaki beef sticks. Here, there are no beef sticks. It's chicken or venison, which kind of perked my ears up, and I was like, oh, I want to try that, but unfortunately when I went, they were sold out, so that was sad. So one day I'll go back and try that. I thought that was very unique to put a different kind of meat on there. And so yeah, if you do go on another day and you see it, try it out. Everything so far was really delicious. We'll go over the pros and cons. The pros, delicious food. Everything was prepared awesome. Great seasoning. It's not too salty, not under salty. The burger had a great, nice char to it. And that delicious teriyaki flavor that makes it a Hawaii burger. I, for one, I don't even like teriyaki things. I'm weird. I don't eat teri beef. I don't really care for that stuff or teriyaki sauces. But the reason I think I don't like it is it's a little bit too sweet or overwhelming for me, and this teri burger is not, though. You do taste that teri style beef, but it's not the type that's so slathered with that sugary sauce that it would turn you off. So I liked it. It just tasted like a legit charred, nicely done burger on a flat top. I liked the fresh vegetables that gave it crunch, gave it like a nice contrast to the textures, and the bun was really nice and soft. The cheese is very melty, so I noticed they didn't even put any kind of sauce on there, but it didn't taste dry at all. The cheese made it wonderful. The saimin is on point. The broth is nice and deep and delicious, and it's not too salty to me. Well, today's broth anyway that I got. The noodles are separated, they're not stuck together, and they're nice and chewy the way the local saimin should be, and all the toppings on it were wonderful. The pork, nice and tender, the wontons had good flavor, and it's pretty much the store-bought kamboku egg and the greens, but I like the different toppings they put on rather than just kamawoku and egg. That's what you usually get, and like some cheap mystery meat like Spam or something. But this was a well thought out and well executed saimin. And I liked how the broth stayed hot all the way from the drive home. I think they got their takeout down with the COVID thing, knowing that people don't always live nearby. So it's great that everything was still hot. The cons, oh, one more thing, sorry. There was lots of parking, so that's a pro, and the service was awesome. Everybody in there was so cheery, from the lady who took my order. They greeted you when you walked in. The place is super clean. You can tell, you can see the kitchen from where you stand to order. And to the girl that went to my car to deliver it, everybody was cheery, happy, and, you know, very, very nice. So kudos to that. Con, really little things. The price is a little bit more expensive, but they are known for trying to vamp up old Hawaii cuisine, so maybe that's, you know, the price is up there. And the wonton thing, but you can't help it. It's takeout. What are you going to do? It's not piping hot like you would when you sit down in a restaurant. So the only thing I could think of is when you put the broth in, even though the broth is still hot, just microwave it for maybe a minute so the inside of the wonton, the meat, is hot, if that bothers you. The price, so for the total, I spent $20.50. And if you want me to separate it, because not everybody's going to buy two things and kind of gorge themselves, I'm just doing it to show you different items that they have. If you get the Cheeseburger Deluxe, it's $6 and 50 cents more for cheese. And then the wonton min was $13. So kind of pricey for the wonton min, and the Simon, if you're not getting the wonton, is 12. So, but the burger is pretty much on par with other places. I believe old school places like that sell burgers with Simon, like Jane's Fountain is the only one that comes to mind. Theirs is about $7 to $8, so that's kind of the same. So yeah, check out Papa Kurt's. I really enjoyed their food, super delicious. If you're ever in town, check it out and support a local business. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos for other places to eat, and I'll see you next week on another food adventure. Take care. Peace out.